Hi, welcome to my July TBR. Have I filmed this before? Yes. Am I gonna tell you how many times I filmed this before? No. Just know that it was more than 2 and less than 10. So the good news is with how much I have filmed this TBR. Different TBRs every time, by the way. I know my script now. I know the script. I'm off book now. So, right. It's been a while since I've done a TBR video. Not filmed one, but involved you into it. So I'm going to go over what I read in June, and just so you can get an idea of where I was at last month, what I've completed, how much I read, etc., etc., etc. So here we go. In the month of June, I read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, Game Changer by Rachel Reed, Thrall by Rebecca Mahoney, Love Me, Witsec Book Number 3 by Ashley Rostock, A Pack for Autumn by Amelia Emerson, A Marvelous Light by Freya Marske, Dungeon Crawler Carl Volume 1 graphic novel, Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, and A Parade of Horribles by Matt Dinneman, Dungeon Crawler Carl Book Number 8. I'm currently about, I want to say 160 pages away from finishing A Sorcery in Small Magics by Mega Ducey. Sorry if I've mispronounced that wrong, but I should be able to finish that today, if not tomorrow. So that is what I read in June. That's a lot. That is a lot. And as you can see, not all winners. So let me go over now what I have on deck already for the month of July. And then we'll get into my wheel and how that works now, because I have changed it since the last time I've done a TBR video with you guys. So I'm just going to explain a little bit of what's on my wheel and how that works. So what I'm already going to be reading this month, let's get into it. And I'm going to try and remember to do book descriptions, like a little blurb or whatever, but what the book's about. But full disclosure, I read synopsis of books and I'm like, yes, that sounds good. And then I buy the book and then I instantly forget what the book's about. And I like it that way because I like going into books not knowing a lot. It's more fun for me. I'm going to do my best. And if what I say is not at all what the book is about, then sorry, I didn't know. So Bestie and I have a book club called the Very Gay Book Club. And in the month of July, we were supposed to read The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. Now, we didn't get to this because I reminded her and she forgot. And I have this on hold with my library, but I'm like, it's going to be like 8 weeks before I get it. So that's cool and fun. And it's a chunker, but I do have it physically so I can read it physically. However, we didn't get to this in June. So we're moving it over to July and we're just going to be reading 2 books in July. So this one, it is about a soldier and a rebellion, and it's fantasy, and that's all I know. And I've only heard amazing things about this. So that's our first book. And then our July book club book of the month is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. Now, obviously, I've already read this one since I read book number 8 last month. So this is a reread for me, and I will be annotating it this time around. So excited for this. Now, I also have, at this point, everybody knows what Dungeon Crawler Carl is about. I shouldn't really have to tell you. It's a lit RGP. Who's RGP? RGP? Who dat? It's a lit RPG. It's about this guy and his ex-girlfriend's cat, and there's aliens, and it's dungeon crawl, and it's reality TV, and it's great, and you should read it if you haven't already. Okay, then we have Under Fire by Henri Barbusse. Now, this is going on because I have to lead a book discussion on this book for a work program that I'm doing at the end of August. But I want to annotate, I want to take my time with it, I want to create thoughtful discussion with this book. So I'm actually going to be starting it at the end of July and finishing it throughout August. I was going to say March. I'm like, that's not right. I'm tired. Finishing this through August, but this is on there. This is also a classic. So, Henri Barbusse was a French soldier in World War I. He wrote this during World War I, and it is about troops on the front line, French troops on the front line. It's about trench warfare and their stories and what happens to them. So just a little bit of light reading. Now, every month I pick a free pick, and I put it on my TBR at the beginning before I spin for anything, so that way it has a saved space. However, if I roll free pick when I'm doing my rolls, obviously I'm going to use my free pick for that, and then we can keep rolling. Make sense? Good. My free pick this month is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Now, I read this when it first came out in 2011, and I made it my entire personality. I read book 2, well, I started book 2. I think I only got halfway through book 2 before I put it down, and I never finished it. It was the beginning of this year, end of last year, I kept seeing book 5 around places, and I was like, book 5? I thought it was a new book by her, like a new series or something. But it's book 5. I was like, I missed so much. I have no idea what's going on anymore. So I picked up book 1, and I'm going to reread it. And it is about Diana, who is a scholar, and she's on the search for this manuscript. But she's not the only one. And it's witches, and it's magic, and it's time travel, and it's great, and it's fun. So before we get into the wheel, I'm going to preface everything by saying that if a classic, a history fiction, or nonfiction show up on the wheel, we are not going to do it, and we're not going to do it because we have this on our TBR already. And brain dumb. Brain can't handle more than one classic a month. Who do you think I am? A smart girl? No. Now, if reread comes up, we are not going to do that one. Why? This is why. I'm an idiot sandwich. I was just looking in the viewfinder. I was like, I'm an idiot sandwich. Anyways, this is why we're not going to do a reread, because these are technically both rereads. So we will be putting 9 books on our TBR instead of 8, because we had to carry over a library book. We had to carry over a book club book. So we already have 4 books on the TBR. So we will be spinning 5 times. That's how math works. Not today. You won't get me today. You won't catch me slipping today. You're not going to do it. All right, so here we have my spinner wheel. My computer's here, so if you see me looking over here, that is why. Trust me, this whole setup, this whole camera setup, much better than it was the last 4 times that I've filmed this. I said I wasn't going to say a number, so if you caught that. So let's go through what is on my wheel. So I have my library, my home library. I have my home library set up by genre. So I just have my shelves, my genre shelves on the wheel. So I have my romantasy shelf. Finisher are all books that I have soft DNF'd. Random shelf, so I have 27 shelves in my library. I will just random number generator a number that I'll pick a book off that shelf. Miscellaneous shelf is my dark romance, my historical romance, my lit fic, and my horror. Randomized Goodreads. Roll a d20. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Okay, so randomized Goodreads is if you go to any random shelf on your Goodreads, like your own shelf, it'll populate 20 results per page. And so I found that out, and I was like, let's just roll a d20, because I love D&D. I don't get to play D&D anymore. I'm big sad about that. But you know what I still am? A dice goblin. I'll be gobbling them dice, you know what I mean? So on our wheel, I've incorporated rolling dice with my TBR. So I have a D6, a D4, a D20, and D's nuts. Yeah. 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 Got him. Anyways, I also am not moving my camera, so it's on our system. I will roll the dice and then I will hold it up and show you. Maybe next month we'll get fancy with it and do a different view. But for now, I'm too tired and too hot to care. It's like 100 degrees outside today and I don't want to. Where were we? Right, gay. So I have all my queer books on a spinner wheel. We will spin that, get a queer book. Reread, basically what that is. Free pick, basically what that is. r/fantasy. So I'm actually doing quite a few reading challenges this year. I am doing r/fantasy for the second year. I am doing Herkied for the first year. And I'm doing like a 26 and 26. So those are my reading challenges. I don't have Herkied on here. So if you guys are doing Herkied, if you want to see what I'm doing for Herkied, let me know. I can make a video going through the books. I've already started and we're doing well. By we, I mean me. So anyways, r/fantasy is just choosing a book off of that list. My paranormal romance shelf. New book under 2 months. So this is basically just to get me to read the books that I am bringing in sooner rather than later, because I'll bring a book in and I'm so hyped for it and then it goes on my shelf and then I forget about it for a year or two, and then so it's getting through those as well as the older ones. Fantasy shelf, series start, Notion list. So I have a Notion list of my series tracker and I keep track of my series that I have first books to and haven't started yet, series that I'm in the middle of, series that I've finished, and series that I've DNF'd. This could be a whole video in and of itself. Long story short is that I have 83, I believe, series that I have yet to start, but I have the first book on my shelf. 83. So that's why that's there. Histfic and Classics shelf, Book of the Month read. So I do have a subscription to Book of the Month, and to keep me up to date on that so that I'm not bringing a bunch of books in and not reading them, I have a Book of the Month wheel. 26 and 26, pretty self-explanatory. Pick a book off that list. Nonfiction shelf, living room shelf pick. So that is, I have 3 shelves here in my living room. They all have a combination of read and unread books on them. So I would just pick a book from the shelves here in the living room. Contemporary romance shelf, series continue. So I have that Notion tracker and that keeps track of series that I'm in the middle of, but I also have all those books on a wheel. So the wheel is a little bit easier than random number generating and then counting. And then YA shelf, and then randomized shelf, and then count 26 books in. So that's just something fun. Next year I'll probably change it to 27, just to keep in with the theme of 26 and 26, 2026, 2026, 2026. So I just randomize the shelf and then I count 26 books in. And then if I have already read that 26th book, then I just move to the next one, which is unread still. I don't, why did I say it like that? I don't know. Anyways, that's the wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle this a few times, and then we're gonna get into our first spin. It's making the noise. The last few times I've done this, it has not made the noise. I think that's a good sign. That's a good sign right there. Oh, okay. So, cool. We're gonna go to the Book of the Month wheel. I literally just made it right before I started filming. So don't mind all the sim stuff. don't mind all that. This is my book of the month wheel. Now, I will say, there's 2 books on here that if we spin and we get that book, we're not going to read it and we're just going to respin. And that is Lady Tremaine, which is a historical fiction. It's like a retelling. And then Good Spirits, which is a Christmas book. And I don't know about you, but when it's 100 degrees outside, I'm not thinking Christmas. So we're going to go ahead and spin. I do have, it's July, so I have my July books on here, so I won't be able to physically hold them if I get one of those. I'm hoping I get one of those. I'm so excited for them. Cool. I will be right back.
Oh. Bubba, what are you doing, Bubbas?
Oh, okay, bye. So our first book is Bloodbound by Alice Hunter. It was April's book of the month. Gorgeous edition. Look at this. Gorgeous edition. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. You may be saying, you didn't look too excited. I've only heard good things about this. Let me be clear. It's me, not the book. I'm not a dragon girl. I'm not impressed. You don't impress me none, dragons. Who's that?
Bubba.
Whoa, big boy. Oh, is it my Bubbas? Okay, bye. I don't really do dragons. They're whatever for me. I'm so sorry. If you love dragons, I love that for you. But for me, dragons are whatever. And this has a duel in it. So like duel competitions, I don't like those either. So you might be saying, hey, Shay, then why did you get this book? And I will tell you, it's because it was the only fantasy option that I had. And I have yet to skip a month for book of the month because I just haven't. It didn't occur to me, to be quite honest with you. It didn't occur to me until I picked this that I was like, oh wait. But again, I have heard great things about this. So this is about 2 chicks and there's dragons and there's a duel. Book number 1. It should be an easy read. So at least there is that. Spin. Why isn't it spinning? Oh my God. Now it's gonna spin like 50 million times probably. Cool, fun. This is great. This is getting off to a great start. Okay, respin, because like I said before, we're not doing that because of Under Fire. Why? Why you like to see me suffer? Okay. Okay, gay. There's some stuff on there that I'm not interested in reading right now, but I could say that about literally anything. I'm in a weird reading mood. So, let's see. Let's see what we get. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'll be right back. It's this. These Deathless Shores by P.H. Lowe. It is a Peter Pan retelling. Cool. Honestly, forgot I had this on my shelf. And it's about Jordan, who was once a lost boy, and then she was exiled, but she's still addicted to dust. Okay, cool. Pixie dust. And then she returns to the island, even though she was exiled. And if that makes her a villain, so be it. Okay. So this sounds fun. This actually could work for Herkiad because we have to do retelling. So I've already almost completed that square already. It's crazy because I have more retellings than I thought I did. So these Deathless Shores. Okay. I never in a million years would have picked it because honestly, I forgot that I had it. So cool. All right, let's go back to the book pick. And then let's shuffle this bad boy up. This is book number 7 out of 9. So, better start getting good. You guys better start getting good for me. Okay, fantasy. Roll a d6. So I have 6 fantasy shelves. Honor system. Okay, 3. It's honestly honor system because I don't remember everything on all of my shelves. So it's shelf number 3. I will go pick a book and I will be right back. Gustav, I see you. Everybody can see your butt. Oh my gosh. What's going on, buddy? Oh, okay. Anyways, so shelf number 3 sucks. It doesn't suck. It just has a lot of books on there that are intimidating, that I have to be forced to read because I'm intimidated. It is home to all of my T. Kingfisher. And so I decided to go with Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. Gorgeous edition. Okay, Owl Crate. I went with this because it is on my Herkiad. So there's that. Is this another retelling? I believe so. Let's see. So this is a Snow White retelling. And it follows our poisoner, or healer. She's a healer and she drinks poison. And so she gets called by the king to go and save his daughter Snow because she's been poisoned. So another retelling, but this is not in my retelling section of Herkiad because I forgot that it was a retelling until I saw this. And there's an apple. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool, 2 more spins. I'm just, what is this? What is this TBR? It's insane. Paranormal Romance, roll a d4. So I have 2 paranormal romance shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes sense. 2. Hang on, I'll show it. Hang on, I'll show it. Hang on. These d4s are hard. That's what she said. 2. Okay. I will be right back. I know for a fact that shelf number 2 is like half full, and so that kind of sucks for me personally. Okay. It wasn't really a hard choice. I mean, it kind of was. I could have finished a series with a book that was on that shelf, but I decided to go with Bitten by the North Wind by D. Lieber. This is a werewolf book. It's a gorgeous edition. I just randomly found it at Barnes, and the author is from Wisconsin, and I'm from Wisconsin. So of course I picked it up, and it takes place in Wisconsin, and it's on my Herkiad. So I picked it up. Yeah, it's about werewolves. I don't know what you want me to say. It follows Thea, and she accepts a date with the office hottie, and then she winds up becoming a werewolf. So, and it's short, which we enjoy. With a TBR with 9 books, we enjoy that. So this is going to be our last spin already. What is this TBR, dude? What is this TBR? This is the weirdest one yet. I'm going to be so for real with you. Out of the 5 I've done, I'm debating whether or not to mulligan this because I already have a romantasy on this TBR. I'm gonna roll and I'm gonna see what shelf it lands on, and then I'm gonna go look at the shelf, and if I don't like anything on that shelf, then we're gonna mulligan and re-roll. And that's just the rules that I can do because it's my game, my TBR. I picked, or I rolled 4, so I'm gonna go look and see what's on the 4th shelf, and see if there's anything on there that I want to read. There's nothing I'm in the mood for right now on that shelf. So we're just gonna mulligan that, and we're gonna respin. I don't know why everything's acting so slow right now. Probably the most chaotic prompt that we could get. Sure. Hey, sure. Why not? This is gonna be fine, you guys. I don't know what you're nervous about. So we're gonna go to Goodreads. I'm actually already there. We're gonna go to Want to Read. And then we're gonna select multiple. And then we're gonna go to Owned. And then it'll be our list. And then we will roll our D20. Okay. 4. Nine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't want to read any of these. Well, actually, what we have to do then is we've got to just like refresh, right? Because that's what it landed on, but then now we have to randomize it. So then we roll. We got a nat 20, baby. We got a nat 20. Let's go down to the 20. It's 1. Be right back. The garbage truck is here, and I got Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. It's gonna be my first John Gwynne book, and I'm very scared. And that's why I'm crying right now. I'm intimidated is what it is. Like, am I excited to read this? Look at this cover. Are you kidding me? I'm so excited, but I'm also terrified. I'm also terrified. What is this TBR? What is this TBR even? And see that, and that's what I get for cheating a little bit. Okay, so this is War, and it's triple POV, I believe. A huntress on a quest, a noble woman pursuing battle fame, and a thrall seeking retribution. And they will change the world as they know it. Cool. So that's what that's about. Anyways, so here's our TBR. We have The Shadow of the Gods, Under Fire, A Discovery of Witches, Dungeon Crawler Carl 1, The Unbroken, My Wrist is Gonna Snap, Bitten by the North Wind, Hemlock and Silver, These Deathless Shores, and Bloodbound. I'm nervous. This is the weirdest TBR yet. I hope that my library has access to some of these in audiobook form. Otherwise, I'm going to struggle. If I do a reading vlog, and that's something you would want to see, let me know down below, because if I do one, it will be either for Bloodbound or Shadow of the Gods. One of these. Oddly enough, I don't know if that's a dragon. It just looks like a really big guy. Oh no, it's a dragon. There's wings on the back. But see, this kind of dragon I'm in for. You know what I mean? Like, yes, make my dragons just freaking gnarly as hell, dude. Look at how big this dragon. Now that's a dragon. This that you can ride, that's not a dragon. Get out of here with that. That's a baby. Anyways, if you want to see I'm an Idiot Sandwich again, and if you want to see a reading vlog with one of these books, let me know down below. I'm leaning more towards Shadow of the Gods, but Bloodbound could be very entertaining for you because I don't doubt that it's a good book, but I do doubt my enjoyment level of it. So thank you for joining me on my very chaotic, very weird July TBR video. We'll see you again later on in the month for something. I don't know. And I'll see you again next month for my next TBR. And hey, if you've made it to the end of this video, props to you. Thank you for that. And then maybe leave me an emoji because engagement, and that shows me that I'm not screaming into the void like I normally am. Leave me a dragon emoji. And I will see you later.